Oh, there we go. I was actually just gonna go ahead and get up and I'm still gonna go ahead and get up and get a drink. We've been at this for a little over an hour. All right.
That's how we do things around here.
Got one of those brisk lemon iced teas. Fine, we'll finish your damn song, even though I had agreed to already.
I knew you'd see it my way.
It's
All
Turing you had to
do is help me
convince.
complete my rhymes, you dig? A couple of them are just missing a word or two, but if I really want to make this song fantastic, I'm gonna need some killer inspiration. It's gonna be super cred. Anyway, you ready for this?
Well, let's do it.
Gonna give it a shot? That's what I like to hear. Here's the first line I'm having trouble with. You ready? It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of, hang on a second.
My holiday cheer?
It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of my holiday cheer. Hey, yeah, that totally works. Great idea, thanks a ton. Here's the next line. Ready? Pay attention now. If you bring mistletoe, you knock me off my guard. And if you want my number, You know, for this one, I don't think words are gonna be enough. I'm gonna need some inspiration to make it come together.
Business card.
If you've got anything to show me that you think will help me out, let me know. If you bring mistletoe, you knock me off my guard. But if you want my number, I'll give you my business card. Hey, that totally works. Really, thanks so much. I'd never be able to write a song like this without you.
A Christmas-themed love song? Aren't those supposed to be pretty tacky?
All right, now I need your help with just one more line. I promise it's the last one. This one's been driving me up a wall. I hope you can tackle it as well as you did the others. Ready? Here we go. This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a nice pair of, damn it. This is getting embarrassing. There's no way to salvage this one without some seriously fresh inspiration, yo. Don't lose hope. I'm sure it'll hit us any second now.
Headphones. No, I don't feel you.
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of GX Ultra beats. That doesn't rhyme.
I was going for...
Oh man, you totally threw off my style with that one. I'm gonna keep thinking, but let me know if you come up with anything new.
Haven't you ever rapped before?
Oh, the achievement was... That would have made Oh. The achievement is basically saying, yes, we know this one was dumb to not be the right one.
This is
Let's just
harmony.
try, I
think we're
guess.
vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of yummy Christmas scones.
That was a guess. How is... Scones? They're donuts.
He does know those are donuts, right?
Now that's what I call a tasty beat. That was amazing. I can't believe you pulled it off. Whatever you do for work now, it doesn't matter. You should become a musician. We totally become rivals, and I bet you that... On second thought, you keep your day job. This is my territory. You feel me? But you did help out in a huge way, so I guess you're cool. Go on in and see Nanya whenever you want. I'll just be chilling out here, soaking up the inspiration of my surroundings, baby.
Here, you can keep the scones. It was nice meeting you, Formula.
Hey, you too, little Bob Blue. Hey, that kind of rhymes.
Let's go.
A colossal mess of tangled wires sprawls on the floor. With a proper head tilt and eye squint, it kind of looks like the Muni map. Without those indecipherable new Bart stains, of course. I should have expected some reference of Bart, but somehow I didn't. For some context, BART is Bay Area Rapid Transit. It's basically the train routes from places in the Bay to San Francisco and back. Trying to think, where were the BART stations in the South Bay? Was there one in San Jose? There are a bunch in Oakland, obviously a couple in Francisco. I know one of the endpoints is Dublin Pleasanton, another is Berkeley, I think. Or somewhere around Berkeley. The thick, slightly opaque window makes it hard to see the finer details of the operating room, but you can still make out the basics. Tables, stretchers, complex-looking surgical equipment, and supply cabinets. With all of the mechanical stuff lying about, it looks like a cross between an ER and a mechanic's garage. Creepy. Getting implants installed doesn't seem like a very fun time. No, I'm not going to wave around the freaking brochure in here. Lung augments, spine augments, cybernetic arms, all made by the Dynamo brand. Not exactly prime advertising real estate, but for implants, you can't get much better. It's not very effective at explaining what the augments actually do. Poking the screen causes a ring of color to ripple out from your fingertip.
Stop unless you want to get charged for a dynamo.
No, you can't even begin to try to clean this up. The flashbacks of the wall socket behind your work desk are just too much. Understandable. A small panel in the wall belches out many loose stray wires. Maybe they're for powering the surgery equipment.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope, I don't know you. You got someone willing to vouch for you? If not, get out of my shop.
I mean, we just met for Moolah, and he said we were cool.
Moolah? That guy's a hoot. Keeps out the riffraff and fakers, too. But seriously, where did you hear about me?
Charlie Nova said I should come talk to you.
Charlie? Yeah, I remember him. That TV guy runs his mouth a lot. Yeah. Paid good enough. Alright then, what can I do for you?
Charlie said your name is Nanya?
Sure, if that's what you want to call me. If your credit's clear, you can call me whatever you want. Enough foreplay. What can I do for you? A fresh install, custom firmware, maybe an upgrade? I can pretty much do it all. But most people come in here for VR implants. Turns out brain surgery is expensive, yeah?
We're actually here on a different kind of business.
We're in a bad situation. Local news articles are being mysteriously altered after they've been posted to the mesh, even while the originals are still online. Charlie Novas are being manipulated as well, and he pointed us in your direction. It didn't start happening until after he had his implant upgraded.
Have you had issues with the Human Revolution?
What are you, cops? No, worse. You're journalists. Get the hell out of my shop! I have a business to run. I don't have time to answer shit about shit that don't got shit to do with me. You found the door before? Find it again.
Yeesh.
And tell Charlie he can get someone else to do him a rush job when he's back on stims and needs a workaround. He ain't welcome around here anymore.
Give us a moment, please. I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of being given the runaround by these meatbags. We could just find some bribe or blackmail to get what we want from this Nanya. But I think it's time to take matters into our own hands. I have an idea. Keep him occupied for a few minutes.
Oh god, when was my last save? Because I'm pretty sure I just chose the exact wrong option. This game is not very clear when you actually, like, screw up. How should I do that?
Just do what you normally do and ask questions. Nothing about the blog post, though. We don't want to set him off. Just keep him talking. It'll only take a minute.
Are you gonna get going, or am I gonna have to call someone to make you get going?
Look, we don't think you had anything to do with manipulating the stories.
I didn't.
We were just hoping to get some more background information on the kind of implant he has so we can follow other leads.
Shit. Fine, whatever. I'll tell you what you want, within reason. Doctor-patient confidentiality and all that. Just promise me it'll get you the hell out of my shop a little sooner.
Deal. Sorry for this. Our circumstances have gotten serious. We're following anything we can all the way to the end.
There's no way to hack a VR implant like Charlie's. I mean, you can definitely install hostile firmware on one, but you can't just load whatever program you want without the user's knowledge. Any changes to the loaded firmware will trigger some really obvious visual indicators to let you know something's being changed, and those are put in on the hardware level. I've never heard of anyone being able to circumvent them. The only person who could have loaded hostile firmware on there is me. And don't try and go there. I get paid too much to risk my reputation over changing a few blog posts.
What about using the mesh to mess with the implant? Is there some way to change the input remotely?
No, the implant itself doesn't have any kind of wireless connection. You have to use a headset with an induction coil for I/O. Wireless just doesn't have the bandwidth for it. You might be able to try infecting a ROM with some virus that screws with the I/O, but you only use a connection to a ROM for AR HUDs. They can't handle full simulation. You'd need a full rig and a hardline connection to the net to do that. So, I'd give it a big maybe. If that's actually how it all happened, they probably would have found whatever infected his ROM way before you showed up here to bother me.
Could it have just been faulty parts? Not to be too blunt about it, but this field of expertise is a little disreputable. Maybe your supplier sent you an implant with something fishy preloaded.
Damn it. Look, I get it. I'm working out of an old auto garage on the bad side of town. But I'm a fully licensed cyber surgery tech. This entire business is legitimate. It isn't illegal to install custom parts or firmware in any current generation implants. It just breaks the warranty. My business keeps a low profile, so we don't run into bogus patent infringement lawsuits from Flower Cybernetics or whatever shell company they decide to come after you with. All of my parts are sourced direct from the original manufacturer, completely above board. So if they're bad, they were built bad by the factory. Now, is that all? I have appointments to keep.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, whatever.
A neon crash sign lights up the front of the beat-up desk. It's bold and brash, much like its owner from the looks of things.
You may not know this, but I have a finely tuned sense of electromagnetic fields. All ROMs do. We need to be able to maintain optimal contact with the mesh, catalog and use various wireless transmissions, and avoid areas with dangerously high interference. Your stock off-the-shelf ROM has very little command over the frequencies available to be scanned. But I'm starting to realize how very little of me is stock or off-the-shelf after the changes Hayden made. That means when the humidity is low, the air fairly sings for me, amongst other things.
I'm not getting your point.
Meaning, in layman's terms, I could read his monitor over his shoulder while being across the room.
We can read monitors without actually seeing them?
Well, some. I doubt I could have handled an LCD monitor. They require extra parts I just don't have. And the fidelity is a bit low. Anyways, Nanya looked up his client records on Charlie, and I got some of the names of his other customers off of the spreadsheet. One in particular stands out, Shotaro Otsuka.
What's the relevance?
Mr. Otsuka is a moderately prominent tech blogger, respected, perhaps a bit vitriolic. He catches my attention though because historically he has been very critical of Parallax in his posts. Recently though, the tone has been increasingly moderate, and now he is almost effusive in his praise. His fans are accusing him of shilling for the company, but many of his earliest posts show some of the same manipulations that we saw from Augmented Eye and Nova's blog. Now it's like he's being ghost-written entirely.
Lead the way, then.
I've marked the location of Shotaro Otsuka's apartment on your map. After you.
Cat. Moderately large tabby cat basks in its own self-satisfaction. Yes, seems very satisfied about being a cat.
I'm actually quite a fan of cats. They provided consistent entertainment online for me. All I had to do was sit around and search the mesh all day. Less complicated to figure out than humans are, too.
Pet cat. Little kitty squints its eyes and says, "Weh." No idea what that means at all. The kitty purrs underneath your hand. Little kitty's... Oh! Expert meow. Holy cow, no, that's a meow. Me, wow. Whoa, what a yawn. Oh, looks like it's sleeping now. Maybe it shouldn't be disturbed. Meowing is exhausting. Oh, it's raining.
This is the building.
Yep, this is San Francisco, I know.
For himself, considering the neighborhood. Not the priciest section of Neo SF, but nice enough for a self-employed tech blogger. Perhaps we should just ring the bell? We both know it won't be that easy, but it's important to maintain some courtesies.
Hey, you.
You weren't prepared for the weather, huh? Your ROM looks fancy enough to keep track of that. My gym's closed this week for the holidays. Gonna see some family tomorrow. Why do autocabs take so long to get out to this part of the city? Don't they know people have places to go? I'm gonna see if the gym in Burbank is still open. You weren't prepared for the weather, huh?
Greetings, guests. I am LJ2, Shotaro Otsuka's ROM. Shotaro was not expecting any company at this hour, but I will let him know you are here. Sorry for the wait. Please hold on for just a moment while I fetch him.
That's encouraging. That was odd. Maybe try the bell again.
Greetings, guests. I am LJ2. Shotaro was not expecting... Sorry for the wait. Please hold on for just a moment while I fetch him.
Again?
What is taking so long?
Once more?
All right, third time's the charm, right? Once more, with feeling.
Greetings, guests. Shotaro was not Sorry for the wait.
Ah! Why can't this ever be easy? I swear I'll blow out a fuse before we're done.
Because it's an adventure game, Turing.
Thank Hayden for system redundancies. Well, that's that. Let's see if we can find a way into Mr. Otsuka's apartment ourselves.
Well, there's a fire escape ladder. Do I have anything that could, like, reach it?
Mr. Otsuka's apartment is on the second floor. The fire escape should give us access to his window. We just need something to let us reach it. I'm sure there's some piece of detritus or loose end laying around we could use. Oh, that's how these things always work.
It's a door to Shotaro's apartment building. All you can see inside is a staircase. Oh, it's a gate. Okay. The spiderweb gate design manages to fit within the building's regal aesthetic. There's no front attendant to hear you. The buzzer is the only way to get someone's attention. A gorgeous picture window with engraving and crown molding. The blinds are down so you can't see in, but the window itself is the real view.
That isn't entirely a bad idea, but it's not exactly the most elegant method. Don't you think an investigative journalist like you can avoid heedless, brutish flap and find another way?
Nah, you're right. Let's keep looking.
You weren't prepared for the weather, huh?
About that.
You want my umbrella?
Not for the weather. We need to use the hook handle to reach the fire escape ladder so we can pull it down.
Oh, you live here and lost your key card, huh? I totally understand. I do that all the time. But look, as much as I'd love to give you this umbrella, I'm kinda using it right now. Where I come from, see, we're all about equal trades. It's part of our culture.
Gym culture?
Sorry, but unless you've got anything interesting to exchange for it, I'm gonna hold on to this. Don't want to get wet.
I mean, you could use the brochure.
Those guys are gross. Are you a part of that? Oh, you're not? Then let's not talk about it, okay?
I was thinking it was a good use for it.
Did you know that palm trees used to be much more common, almost a city staple?
This one looks very healthy too, but you feel like you already knew that part.
Did you know that palm trees...
What's shaking, tree? How did you grow up so vertically on this steep hill? This game doesn't generally make you go all over the place to pick up items, though. So you won't use that to block out the rain. Headphones for while working out. The card.
Hey, is this real? The real Yannick Fairlight?
You know him?
Of course I do. He's one of the most innovative tech minds of the last few generations. Can I please have this? I'll give you the umbrella. Yours to keep if you want.
I think it's a fair trade.
So the brick is basically to skip certain puzzles, huh?
Thanks! Here you go. This is so exciting! I'm gonna go call him right now!
Oh boy.
Call him? Maybe that wasn't the best idea. Well, now we have our tool, and a pretty spiffy one at that. Let's go. Excellent work.
Huh, the window's open.
This window is unlocked. Let's go in.
Breaking and entering, yeah! Ugh. What's that smell?
I'm not sure. My olfactory sensors detect chemicals associated with decaying food and something else I can't pin down. It's unfamiliar to me. That's better. Let's take a look around.
An old greasy bag of to and fro, a fast food chain the state is famous for. Oh, it's In-N-Out. Flies are circling like vultures. Shotaro's wrong. Called itself LJ2, right?
It isn't showing any signs of activity. Is it shut down or broken? Mr. Otsuka?
There's no response. The fancy newsfeed made of multiple streams on the mesh idly plays on the TV. Muted.
They were just talking about an incident that occurred outside the Kasayo building. Mr. Otsuka?
There's no response at all.
Shotaro must be plugged into the mesh. He hasn't even noticed us.
No!
Scream without him knowing.
I mean...
Hi! Mr. Otsuka! Nothing.
I don't think that's why, Turing.
Hello, guest. Shotaro has been a bit under the weather recently, so he has not been receiving anyone. He is trying very hard to keep up with his deadlines, but I will check and see if he has a moment to speak with you.
We just checked, and he seems busy.
Is there anything else I might assist you with? A drink, perhaps?
How long has your owner been ill?
Shotaro has been under the weather for some time, but I could not tell you precisely when. He rarely has visitors or goes on outings, so this is only slightly abnormal behavior for him. In fact, you are the first visitor he has had in a while. Several days, in fact. Perhaps you could ask him about it yourself. I will...
Is your owner still making blog updates?
He is. Shotaro is a diligent man, even in the face of such adversity. If you are a reader of his work, his next significant piece will be going online tomorrow. I will not spoil it for you.
When was your last diagnostic check?
I run regular self-checks and have noticed no irregularities in either my hardware or software. I appreciate your concern. If you think I am behaving erratically, perhaps you could mention it to Shotaro. He is skilled at maintenance.
No, that's okay.
Very well. Let me know if you need anything. I'm always happy to assist.
A vintage Vorks app, or Bjork's app, has a connector for plugging in old phones. Plays music from discs. Have you ever thought physical media was a good idea? A collection of books about writing, on writing good. The Neo Chicago Style Guide. The Reporter's Tablet. Grokking graphic novels. The Art and Craft of Writing features. Unexplained Mysteries of San Francisco 2034 edition. Universal Appeal of Bara. You leaf through a book about creating compelling articles. You flip through a guide on making proper citations, and then another section about engaging your readers. There sure is a lot you never learned about writing. Antique WUB speakers. They use actual wires to connect to the receiver. This Christmas tree might be small, but it has a lot of spirit. One of the presents is tagged as 2LJ2 from Shotaro. Oh, there's one from LJ2 to Shotaro's too. Maybe a pocket tree, but don't pickpocket it. Ah.
Oh no, we're too late.
How long has he been here?
It looks like he's been here for a couple of days, maybe a little longer. That means whoever did this did it before we even found out about all of this. Stabbed in the chest, right through the back of the chair. Looks like it severed his carotid artery. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I can't help but wonder if this was done by the same person who assaulted Zin. His ROM doesn't even think anything is wrong. We need to hurry. If I'm right, everyone we've talked to so far is in more danger than we thought. Someone is following us. Have to find his computer so I can see if I can pull anything relevant off of it. You interrogate his ROM. Maybe you can find out why it's acting so strange.
Shotaro has been a bit under the weather recently, so he has not been receiving anyone. He is trying very hard to keep up with his deadlines, but I will check and see if...
That's okay. We'll wait.
Is there anything else I might assist you with? A drink, perhaps?
Shitaro's dead, LJ2.
It shut itself down again. Let's see if we can pull some useful information off of Mr. Otsuka's computer. If we can find it.
What a blocky desk. There aren't any drawers or shelves. It's touch sensitive. This entire desk must be Mr. Otsuka's computer.
I'll start downloading these files. I finished my examination of Mr. Otsuka's computer. I didn't find anything particularly interesting, but I copied some files to be examined later. If we're all done here, we should hurry and go warn Nanya about what we found. Charlie and Sympathy, too. They might be in immediate danger, so we must act fast. Let's head for Nanya's business.
Shit! What the hell are you doing back here? Wait, let me guess. You stole some of my files, or hacked my brain, or used telepathy or some shit. Found out someone else got hit by your little ghost in the machine, and when you got there, found out he was deader than New Disco. That close enough?
That is distressingly accurate.
Well, it wasn't much of a damned guess. Charlie Nova, he's dead.
What? Charlie is...
The autocab he was in drove him right off the bridge and into the bay. It's been all over the news for the last 10 minutes, and I'm not looking to be next. I'm getting the hell out of NeoSF, and I'm gonna forget that I ever saw you, ever knew Charlie, ever gave a shit about any of this. Hell, maybe I'll pick up a new career. I'm less likely to get murdered for being a fry cook. That's for damn sure. Have a good life!
Well, so much for that.
No! Why is this happening? There was no one in that car. No heat signatures, no wireless emissions, nothing. That wasn't even an auto cab. It's a manual.
How did that happen then? How's that even possible?
I don't know. I don't know know. I don't know. That's it. This is too much. I've had enough. I don't care who's controlling the news anymore. Almost everyone we've talked to so far has died, and I can't live with any more blood on my hands. We're not investigating this lead any further. As of right now.
It's not our fault.
Logically, I know that. We haven't set out to harm anyone. But someone is using us as a stalking horse, hiding behind our investigation to clean up whatever this is. If they want to keep taking out people involved in this, they're going to have to dig them up without our help. We don't have
That's an
to let it
understandable
anyway.
stance.
Thank you for sticking with me, though. We have more pressing avenues of inquiry to make.
The Pale Rider.
Let's move on.
Oh, stream seems to be dead. Nope, it's just because there was no video, I guess. Outer Sunset.
Well, we should go to Melody's home and at least meet her. Let's keep it the path we're on.
You're holding up surprisingly well, considering you have actually witnessed 2 deaths, Turing. Something wrong?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was wool gathering. I see we've arrived at the Melody Flores residence. It's quite impressive. But that's to be expected, considering that she is still the majority owner of the Flower Cybernetics Group, despite retiring from day-to-day operations at the company. I wonder how she and Hayden first began working together. Sorry, back on task. Is there anything you'd like to know before we head inside?
Give me a rundown of Flower.
Flower Cybernetics was established in the early 2000s by Melody's mother, Antonella. It started out developing cutting-edge medical tech, including advanced prosthesis and nanoparticle diagnostic and treatment technologies. They were vastly successful when they perfected the first synthetic nerve mesh, allowing direct connection and control between the nervous system and a cybernetic prosthesis.
Hello. The body count tripled. At least. Quadrupled, actually. If we count deaths that happened before even the day 0 of this game.
The majority of their early projects were defense technologies for the American military. Developing ruggedized military prosthesis for use on injured soldiers, and then eventually electively for special forces. This research line culminated in the development of brain-controlled androids as shock troops, long since barred by international law. Melody took over the company from her aging mother, and she fought against developing further military hardware from that point on. She pushed the company to use the BCA technology for the company's original goals of medical advancement, as well as developing the first direct link virtual reality implants. The company is largely successful on a global scale, despite continued legislative movement against extensive cybernetic use, especially brain implants.
What can you tell me about Melody?
Not a whole lot. She's largely private, in contrast to her mother's penchant for courting a media circus. Several biographies of former Flower executives show her as intensely passionate about demilitarizing the company to the point of absolute viciousness in the boardroom. But it's been a long time since her days of fighting for the company, and she's since stepped away from the helm. There's talk that she's lost her spine in her old age, but... well, I take that with a grain of salt. She may have retreated from the corporate battlefield, but you don't change the entire direction of a company as large as Flower if you're a quitter. Stay on your toes.
Didn't Yannick say he and Melody had a falling out?
He did, and I can't shine much light on that. I know that System 1 worked with Flower to help develop the first operating systems for the direct link virtual reality implants, so perhaps it happened during that time. Also, Flower eventually went with a different company for future models of the implant, but there was never any public talk of a personal falling out between the heads of the companies. I'll scrape the mesh for more rumors, but they'll only be that, rumors. I can do my best to parse fact from fiction, but it blurs too much for me to be sure what's real.
Let's go ahead and head in.
No time like the present, then.
Is that a bear, Turving?
It appears so. Your guess is as good as mine. Mine says we can go in. Should we? Oh, wow. Swanky.
Swanky?
What? I have been trying to increase my usage of colloquialisms. Is swanky too out of date?
It's certainly before my time.
Oh, Miss Flores! Excuse us for the intrusion. My name is Turing, and
Oh, I know who you are.
I can explain. I know you don't like Dr. Fairlight very much, but I assure you there is a situation.
Fairlight? I didn't realize Hayden's research had become a charity case. Though I suppose little boy Yannick will throw money at anything that raises his profile on the mesh.
Wait, you know Hayden? Also, we actually only just met Dr. Fairlight yesterday.
Oh, that's too bad. Now Pat won't have to eat you.
What?
Though I'm not sure your gears would have been good for his digestion.
Actually, madam, I'm not comprised of gears.
Well, either way, he's on a diet.
Low iron,
This
probably.
philosophy is how I lead my life. Sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear, well, he eats you. Do you understand?
Not in the slightest.
Really?
I don't have all day to entertain you, Turing, nor your new friend. Not even for Hayden. You don't have time to waste if you're going to find him either.
Right.
I don't think finding him is exactly on our docket at this point. Most regal-looking robotic cat in the world sits prim and proper on the fainting chair. If it spoke any languages outside of robotic meows, it could probably trace its lineage back to the cradle of jungle cat civilization.
Lily here is a model based on the Persian River cat, one of the newest designer breeds to be put on the market. They are prized for their traditional Egyptian features, despite being more directly related to a Chinese breed.
True.
If you were one of Fairlight's worker bees, you wouldn't have made it through the door. So why are you here to badger me about poor Hayden?
You have me at a disadvantage, Ms. Flores. You seem far ahead of us on this matter.
Just call me Melody, darling. And of course. But I'll share a secret or two with you.
I have so many questions. Do you know what's happened to Hayden?
I wish I didn't. Maybe you don't want to either.
Please, Melody, any information you might have. We haven't had access to any of his research notes, and couldn't track down any collaborators he may have been working with. Perhaps if we know more, we might be able to nail down a solid motive.
Well, I don't know if I can speculate on that, beyond the usual corporate infighting. Not that Parallax is known for that, of course. We had been catching up recently, and he mentioned feelings of being watched. He started to worry he had been discussing your development with the wrong people. When he stopped returning my calls, and now that you've shown up with a total stranger, it becomes clear what happened.
I see. Can you tell us anything else about his disappearance?
Oh, I'm afraid not, dear. I've been long enough to know what's coincidence and what isn't.
We were hoping you might be able to shine some light on my origins. Fairlight mentioned that you had worked with Hayden in the past.
I see Hayden didn't neglect curiosity in your personality makeup. Well, you and I haven't properly met, but considering how often Hayden badgered me for design schematics of Flower's latest neural implants, I might as well be your aunt? We'll go with that. I wouldn't mind being an aunt, even to a blue-headed robot.
I'm touched, Melody.
Well then, I'm willing to answer your questions, for now.
How exactly did you help Hayden with Turing?
Indeed. I don't see the connection between your company and Hayden's research into machine sapience.
Oh, Hayden wasn't researching machine sapience. At least not primarily. Not to diminish the importance of your creation, Turing, but it's best you know the truth. Hayden is mainly interested in developing a way to transfer human consciousness into a machine matrix. You can see why neural implants would obviously be an integral part of that.
Oh, I didn't realize.
And how would Turing's development help with digitizing the human mind?
The concept of transferring the human mind into a computer has been an attractive goal for decades. Functional immortality is powerful lure. The brain is an immensely complicated machine, and even though we know the right buttons to push to make pictures show up, we still can't replicate the entire thing as a technological construct. Even with the virtual reality implants, we're really just relying on the brain's ability to make sense of nonsensical signals. So Hayden decided the best way to make a machine more like the human brain would be to work in the opposite direction. Instead of mimicking how the human brain worked, he started writing code that mimicked the functioning of the human mind. Think of it like convergent evolution. Two species adapt in similar ways, but on completely different continents. Hayden is a crack programmer when it comes to information collating. It's why Parallax hired him when they did. So he wrote a bunch of self-modifying learning algorithms that were, frankly, baffling, and let them loose. Poke and prod them here and there to make sure they value the same things humans do. And we eventually end up with you, Turing.
Interesting. Hayden never revealed any of this to me.
I imagine he's pretty tight-lipped. You were the first prototype he considered a real success, and he was afraid of contaminating your development before he had a chance to make good observations.
Can you elaborate on your involvement?
Sure, if you can even call it involvement. It's a small city. And if you're in the tech sector, you are never more than 2 degrees removed from anyone else. When he started looking into this pet project of his, he came right up to my door and demanded access to the research logs behind our earlier implants. Cheeky, but it was impactful and disruptive, as they like to say around here. I couldn't care less about Flowers' patents anymore, so I gave him what he wanted, just to see what he would do. I'm frankly more impressed than I expected I would be, but don't tell him that.
Don't worry. I won't.
Oh, that was a compliment, dear.
Your phrasing makes it sound like Hayden wasn't really invested in Turing's development.
I didn't say that. Hayden was quite interested in Turing, even if he is just a step to further research. In fact, he was preparing to publish his findings involving Turing, and I know it's going to make one heck of a splash in the scientific community. See, the most impressive part about you, Turing, is that you're surprisingly stock.
I assure you, Melody, my construction involves only the latest and greatest in ROM prototype technology.
Exactly. You're not off the shelf, but you're still just a souped-up ROM, more or less like every other one out there. Your personality algorithms are impressive, but they don't require some new space-age technology to work. Hayden is going to propose that human consciousness transference does not require special brain-like hardware architecture, but merely the right software wrapper to interface with the hardware. Much like how you function.
I suppose that is correct. Still, my personality matrices do take up substantial amounts of my processing power. Wouldn't custom hardware have capabilities that better serve such a demanding specialized task?
Sure, there's still plenty of reason in trying to make a computer that works just like a human brain. Efficiency is an important part of that. But if Hayden can emulate the human mind in existing technology, it means we can start the immortality now, rather than waiting for hardware to catch up with Hayden's software. Frankly, I'm not terribly interested in living forever, but there's more than enough people who are.
Thank you for this, Melody.
Have I mentioned that I really like
Origins.
the music?
Well, I'm sorry I don't know more of the specifics. Hayden kept me up to date on his progress, but only in the vaguest of ways. If you can hunt down his notes, I'm sure they'll tell you more.
Of course. We'll keep looking. Now, perhaps we could ask some other questions?
Sure.
So what's the story between you and Fairlight?
Oh, hell, that old bastard and I have been flashing daggers at each other for the better part of 20 years. I contracted out the software development for our first-gen direct link VR neural implants to System 1. Things were going great, but after the first models sold like gangbusters, Yannick tried to get into bed with me. Literally. I turned him down. Very politely, I might add. And then, suddenly all of the cooperation between our companies dried up. We've been at it back and forth ever since. I beat him.
Oops.
He's a snake, and he'll do anything he can to get what he wants.
Yeah, I'm getting the idea that he's helping because it seems entertaining.
Still, I suppose if he tried again now, I might not turn him down. It would be fun to needle him about me still having my own company when he doesn't have his.
I think that's everything we need to know.
Good. I can get back to my retirement.
Thank you for your time, Melody. We'll be in touch later.
Oh, one more piece of information for you, if you'd like it. I've got the contact info for a Vincent Mensa, who I think might be of help to you. Vincent was working more closely with Hayden inside Parallax, mostly on his company-approved research on data collating algorithms for the mesh. I'll send him a message and ask him to meet you somewhere. He owes me a favor anyway, and might be able to give you some more information on anything else Hayden may have been working on.
That would be fantastic, Melody. Perhaps Golden Gate Park?
Be careful, Turing. I don't like Fairlight's stench all over this scenario. Don't show him too many of your cards.
Cards? This euphemism is unfamiliar to me.
Don't tell him anything if you can. Fairlight is more dangerous the more he's informed.
Thank you, Aunt Melody. Wish us luck. Melody keeps unusual company. Ursus Maritimus, if I'm not mistaken. That might be why the temperature controls are set so low in here.
Yeah, definitely a polar bear.
I wasn't aware you knew the scientific name of the species. Ooh, has my interest in proper nomenclature started to rub off on you?
He's a white bear, Turing. What else could he be?
Plenty. Have you heard of a Kermode bear, also known as a spirit bear? Or he could be a white-faced black bear, or even a pisley. But he's not. It's a polar bear. Yep, definitely a polar bear.
So, Grr and stuff? Does a bear you know what, never mind. It looks remarkably bored at all attempts at conversation. The cat is much more occupied with overseeing its domain. Alright, let's get out of here.
Can I help you? I don't really have time to talk. I'm waiting for someone.
Are you Vincent Mensah? We're here for a meeting on behalf of Melody Flores.
Oh, good. You're Melody's people. Do you have everything that I asked for?
There must be some miscommunication. Melody said that you would be able to provide us with some information about Hayden Weber's projects within Parallax. He has gone missing, and any information we get may be useful.
Damn that old woman.
What?
We had a deal. She promised me, and I'm not giving up anything until I get what I need. I already know Hayden is missing. Why else would I be willing to sell corporate secrets to Flower? This was my chance to get out of the city. Instead, she sends the two of you, hat in hand, with nothing. I'm assuming you're Hayden's little pet AI?
Insulting, but accurate.
Look, I'm sorry to come off callous. I do want to help. Hayden was a colleague and a friend, and I want to know he's okay. But I also need help getting the hell out of Neo SF, and now. My info is my leverage, and it's not for free. I'll just have to find another buyer. Maybe after I make another deal, I'll be able to pass it to you.
Perhaps we could assist you? My friend here is a terrific journalist. Being skilled at hunting down people and information is part of the job.
I don't know. Look, I need 100,000 credits, an untraceable car, and a fake passport for me and my wife, Francesca. If you can get me all that, I'll give you anything you want. Hayden's research notes, what I know about Parallax, my company's security credentials, whatever. If you're really sure a journalist can come up with that kind of stuff in one day.
You might be able to do that, I guess.
Might?
Mind answering some other questions first?
Dear God, I'm doomed.
Melody only gave us a rough sketch of what you need. The more you can tell us about the situation, the sooner we can fulfill your request.
Sure, as long as it isn't the juicy stuff.
Why are you so adamant about getting out of Neo SF?
Because Parallax is rotting from the inside out. Hayden going missing is the last straw, and it's a big-ass straw. There is... How do I put this without giving it away? There's a new project about to roll out, and it's going to change everything about how Parallax does their business worldwide. Since the launch of MeshNet, we've had some board shakeups, and the people at the top are different from the ones who previously run the company. The altruism the company displayed in the past is gone. They're harder, more ruthless, and more concerned with profits and power than ever before. Not just richest company in the valley power either. Real power. My guess? Parallax got rid of Hayden because he was about to do something that would get in the way of that.
They were gonna release hardware or something.
If they're willing to get rid of the brightest mind on their payroll, what's to stop them from getting rid of me?
And his
There's
whole
a
thing
half-dozen
was
people who
that,
do my job.
you know, the hardware isn't actually the important part, it's the software.
So I'm getting out before I accidentally step on the wrong person's toes and end up at the bottom of the bay.
What do you do for Parallax?
I'm the head applications engineer for their data analysis division. Or maybe was, is what I should be saying. If Hayden is the big brain who comes up with the math that runs the search algorithms, I'm the guy who figures out how to collect and apply the data that we get. We've worked pretty closely for years, but he's head and shoulders above me as far as theory goes. Hayden built a fully independent machine intelligence in his spare time. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash myself here. I'm a good software engineer, probably one of the best. But machine intelligence? In a form factor like yours? Now that blows my mind. We've got full immersion, virtual reality, yet most people would still call you science fiction.
If you say so.
Do you know anything about his disappearance?
Nothing concrete. I probably wouldn't have noticed anything out of the ordinary. I mean, Hayden goes out for a couple days all the time, right? Conferences and guest teaching. He doesn't exactly share his itinerary with me. I tried asking around and no one will say anything. If he had jumped ship, went to a different company, it would be the talk of the week at the water coolers. Instead, dead silence. Thankfully, he allowed me to keep backups of most of his work, simply because I cross-referenced it so much. He didn't like having it all in one place anyway. Bring me what I asked for, and I'll tell you more.
Alright, thanks. We'll get those things for you.
I need to make some calls, and this park round is fun. I want to poke at it a bit. If you do manage to get what I need, bring it here today and you'll get anything you want. Forwarding photos and info for the passports to Turing now. And I really hope you can do this. I'd rather give it to you than some other corporation anyway. See you soon.
I'm not quite sure where to get fake passports or an untraceable car. The only shady folks we know are those punks who vandalized Hayden's apartment. I doubt they could point us in the right direction, but a long shot is better than no shot. They might agree to help us in repayment for the damage done to the apartment. They seemed remorseful. We should check Market Street for them, in case they regularly hang out there. As for the rest, perhaps Dr. Fairlight or Melody could spot us the credits. That certainly is no small amount, but is unlikely to cause much consternation for either of them, assuming they are as dedicated to helping as they claim. Melody is assumably home as usual, and Fairlight did let us know he'd be at the hospital. We could ask either of them for assistance. Up to you to decide which would be a better course of action.
I mean, Melody is the one who promised all this stuff anyway. Hey, buddy.
Hello, Pat. Could we see Melody? I guess that means yes?
Turing, I'm not saying I don't like seeing your little pixelated face. You're certainly better company than most of the humans I have to deal with. But I am a busy woman, you know? Lots to do. Right, Pat? Traitor. Anyway, maybe we should space these little visits out a good bit further. Hmm? Familiarity breeds contempt, after all. And I'm very good at contempt.
I apologize, Aunt Melody. You've stated before that you like your peace and quiet, but we need your assistance.
Oh, we're running with the aunt thing, are we? Another woman would tell you not to butter her up, but... oh, flattery will get you everywhere with me. All right. What do you need?
Vincent needs help getting out of the city.
I can only imagine. If he's willing to turn coat on Parallax, I bet he feels like a mouse in a cat farm. I know they don't actually farm cats, Pat. It was a metaphor. Whatever, it was a simile then. I am not going to play semantics with you. Moving on. Tell me what the trouble is, and I'll try to conjure up a solution.
We're gonna need to pay for the information.
Yes, Mr. Mensa says he needs 100,000 credits before he's willing to speak openly. He also said that you already promised it to him, and that he won't be able to get out of the city without it. He'll give us the information once we have that, plus a few other things I'm certain we can get on our own.
What? You can't even scrape together that kind of money? Your friend's not much of a journalist, eh, Turing?
According to the statistics that I have found, it is unlikely that a journalist of any caliber less than the best would have that amount of liquid assets on hand. The pay for the profession just isn't that high, Aunt Melody.
Oh, I see. I guess it's one of those jobs people do because they get free review merchandise, eh?
Could always sell ninja assassin androids instead. Ha ha.
I can get you the money, Turing, but only because you're family. Just give Pat a few minutes to gather it.
Gather?
Yeah, just keep moving, you big brute. While we wait, is there anything else you want to grill me over? Might as well save us both another visit.
Well, maybe Turing has something to ask.
I do. It's a little personal, though. I'd understand if you didn't feel like answering.
Just shoot, Turing. I can take it.
Long ago, you lost your mother. I was wondering, how did you deal with it? Hayden's only been gone for a few days, and I already feel like my circuits are going to lock up for good.
Oh, Turing, I'm not the right person to ask. I hated my mother. She's everything I thought wrong in the world, and when she was gone, I felt nothing but relief that I could start undoing the damage she did. Never mind the fact I had to watch her waste away from the cancer. Death was a blessing for us both. Besides, you'll find Hayden soon. Keep your chin up.
No. Blast it! Enough with this subterfuge! We already know Hayden was killed.
Oh, no.
I won't be getting him back.
I'm sorry, Turing. I still don't know what to tell you. I've lost people, but never anyone close enough to wound me. I don't know that I've ever had anyone close enough to do that. If you feel like talking about it, I'm willing to listen. Or make Pat do it anyway.
Thank you. I don't know.
Stick it out. Time heals all wounds. Or so they say. This too shall pass.
How smart is Pat really to kind of get rid of the tension
Smarter
here?
than I give him credit for, that's for sure. It's not the easiest thing in the world to measure, you know? He doesn't process language in the same way humans do, and even if he can understand me, my translation program just guesses at what he says most of the time.
Oh, you have a translator running from your neural implant.
Ah, yes, I'm cheating. Though, honestly, even without it, I have a pretty good idea of what he means most of the time. We've been together for a while now. Considering it only really works on large, typically predatory mammals, we don't have a lot of test subjects. It's a minefield of ethical concerns beyond just being prohibitively expensive. So Pat is a bear apart. At least until we can figure out how to apply the modified neural pathways without frying the brains of 90% of the subjects. The tech we developed is good. It just has a damned high mortality rate. Maybe one day there will be a bunch of talking tigers and dolphins building cities in the sea, but for now, we're stuck with creating beasts out of our own species.
Or talking dogs. Seems a little sad you're all alone except for a bear.
Being alone is easier, and Pat isn't such bad company. I mean, what do you want me to do? Cry about never having a husband, a few kids, and a white picket fence? I had a company to run, and my mother's legacy to fix. What's to say some spawn of mine wouldn't do the exact same thing to my flower, just the other way around? This branch of the Flores line will do well without any more knives being inserted in backs. Thank you very much.
You have that much enmity for your mother?
Have you seen what she did to North Korea? It's a wasteland of death and destruction. If we had kept going down the path she charted, the whole world would be like that.
The information on the mesh does seem to paint a grim picture.
Grim barely scratches the surface. I've been there. At least under the Kims, it was barely functional. Now, my mother's monsters have ripped every last resemblance of humanity from the land. They stalk the night like horrific creatures of legend, keeping the populace in line through constant fear. A horror story straight out of the pages of Bram Stoker. That's her legacy. So I can't imagine I'd be a very good mother, just from the example I have to work with. That's life. I don't have any more regrets than anyone else my age does. My legacy will speak for itself, as my mother's did.
We're short on time.
Oh, just in time then. Take the cash and get moving. I can finally get back to whatever it was I was doing before you burst in here.
Thank you, Aunt Melody. Your help has been invaluable to us.
Yes, yes. Brown knows later. You've got things to do, too.
Alright.
I did not think I would feel such a strong resonance with Melody. We're connected by the barest of threads, but she is already important to me. Is that strange?
There are stranger things.
I guess there's nothing to do but run with it. Some gifts are too valuable to look at too closely, lest they vanish into thin air, and I already have a penchant for overanalyzing things. Let's get moving. We still have things to do before we can meet back up with Mr. Mensa. Detective Rivers. To what do we owe the pleasure?
I wanted to check in with you away from the prying eyes of my corporate masters. It wasn't too hard to track you down here. Only took a slight abuse of power to follow your credit transactions in the AutoCAD system.
Were you able to find anything out?
Not much. Listen, I've hit a dead end on the investigation again, and I could really use another lead from the two of you. I had been busy hunting down I'm not sure if I want to call him a soldier of fortune or an assassin for hire. Either way, I tracked this guy down to see if he might have been hired by Parallax to snatch Hayden, but he's got an ironclad alibi for the relevant period of time. That leaves me with nothing. Nada. Jack diddly shit. Do the two of you have anything to give me? Otherwise, I'm back to hunting down the froyo-hating robot ghost in the park. At least my superiors would be ecstatic, considering how much they keep riding my ass about it.
We're on thin leads ourselves, Detective Rivers.
I feel like I should have done this first. The other one seemed a lot more escalatory.
We have a meeting.
And this one gives the extra background on Turing and Hayden.
Answers, but he's unlikely to want to talk to the police. I just wish this. Never mind.
Buck up, Turing. I wish this was easier too. But with detective work, sometimes it's not about being clever. It's just about being more dogged and relentless than whoever you're chasing. You two are my new deputies, right? So keep your nose to the ground and keep digging. I still have a few contacts I can hit up to try finding out a little more. You let me know if there's anything else I need to be going after.
We will. Thanks, Lexi.
Yeah, sure. Just get going. Don't forget, if you die, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Okay then, we only have a single lead. If Parallax really is as shady as Vincent seems to suspect, it could end up very interesting. Let's see if we can put an end to this. Finally. Oh, I just received an email from Tomcat. They finished decrypting Hayden's data cache. It seems that it was filled mostly with his personal logs about my creation and mental development. The more technical information was already scraped. Perhaps that is why it was left behind when they snatched him. Still, these files should be enlightening, if only in a personal way. I'll peruse them in my spare time and let you know if I find anything interesting. I'd hate for all the trouble we went to be for nothing.
All right. You're here alone today?
Welcome back. Care to take another pamphlet or two? I hope your article is going well.
Why are you out here all alone?
Ah, the cold weather has made organising demonstrations a bit difficult, to say the least. But I refuse to relent in our mission. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, I will not rest until I stop these abominations from undoing God's almighty work.
So what has your group accomplished since it was founded?
Through some concerted efforts, we've created an alliance with a number of businesses banning service and employment of unhumans.
Unhumans?
Yeah, they call themselves hybrids, but we call them what they are. I can't respect those who willingly trade their humanity away. Thanks to our efforts, many local businesses are finally gaining the confidence to only serve human beings. If they wanted to feed animals, well, they'd open up a pound. Why, just the other day, a Neo-SF landlord thanked me for supporting his decision to deny tenancy to unhumans. He already feels better about his decision to seek out our help. Plus, can you imagine the cleaning fees?
How far back exactly do you want humanity to go then?
That is the greatest misconception of our group. They would have you believe that we'd rather go back to the Dark Ages. Oh, sure, the human revolution wants people to go back to washing clothes by hand down by the river, right? We'll all go back to playing with sticks, yes? We do not advocate for a reversal of all technology. That would be ludicrous. We merely want severe limitations on genetic enhancements and a focus on medicinal practice beyond gene therapy. That would include an outlawing of cosmetic gene therapy, yes, people parading around in fur and scales as proud abominations. We need the government to protect these patients from themselves.
Christ, as if it would be really obvious if you hadn't told me what it's supposed to be. That's all I want to ask, let's be real. That was already too much.
Tell me when you get the article out. I love to read the comments.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but doesn't most of the MeshNet speak critically of your organization?
Oh, that's cute. The robot wants to join in the discussion now. Yes, this is true. Though historically, most revolutionaries are unpopular when they're in the middle of the fight. I sleep comfortably.
I don't think that's true.
Will be on my side.
Not gonna lie, you haven't convinced me.
Ah, I suppose I have come to expect that. Never mind. Write what you wish. When the city falls and we have a bear as mayor, remember that all of you thought we were loonies.
No, the bear is a bear. Thanks for the interview. Let me know if I need something else.
Oh, please do. Have a lovely day now. And remember, God designed you perfectly just the way you are.
Oh, crap! It's that reporter in the bot again. Cheese it, Ollie.
Hold on a moment. We're just here to ask the two of you for a favor. You don't need to run again.
I knew you didn't have the guts to mess with me.
Guts?
And why would we want to help you?
We did trash that apartment, Chad.
Yeah? So?
We also didn't report you to the police for it.
Yeah? So?
And they still could.
You know, you could fix your glasses in a much easier way than that. Constantly pushing them up.
Alright, well, spill it then. I ain't got all day. Can't you see me and Oliver are busy?
We need some assistance with some illicit activity that, statistically, individuals in your age bracket are likely to have experience with.
Oh, so this is one of those things where you need a streetwise kid to show you the ropes. So, what's the thread? B&E? War driving? Copyright infringement? Search bombing?
Is search bombing actually illegal?
It's against the terms of service, so probably, at least in California.
We need to apply for some fake IDs today if possible.
Oh, that's nothing. If you can pay. Ollie can whip up a couple that'll work good enough to get you past a bouncer or a cop doing sniff tests. He's a wizard with a printer and a lifted wallet.
It's more complicated than that. We need falsified passports that can get two people past the border safely.
Oh, yeah, I don't think Ollie can do that. Can you?
Not without equipment a lot more expensive and illegal than what I already have.
What about that guy who got at least that unrestricted mesh card when she was on probation?
That's not really the same thing, Chad. But it wouldn't hurt to give him a call. Give me a few minutes. This guy is pretty sketchy, very cloak and dagger. I'll have to play middleman.
Excellent. I'll forward you the relevant documents and photos.
Oh man, now I'm starting to feel left out. Ollie gets to show off all his cool connections. You sure you don't need someone's head kicked in a little? That's my area of expertise in our little duo. Well, that and petty larceny.
We might have something that will suit your skill set. Let's just get the passports first, if you can stay calm for that long.
You sure yap a lot more than any of the ROMs I've ever owned. What's the deal? You install some new conversation routines Ollie ain't had the chance to nerd out about yet? Well, they're top notch. Very bleeding edge.
I don't run traditional ROM VI personality software. I am, in fact, the first fully sapient machine intelligence. Well, at least that I know about.
Which means what exactly? In English?
It means he's a person, Chad, not a toy. Now keep it down. I'm still on the phone.
Oops. And yes, what he said.
Well, that's awesome. You ain't so bad. For a tin can.
Tin can? Really? I'm composed almost entirely out of plasteel and silica. Has no one come up with better insults for robots since the turn of the century? ROMs have been out for almost 2 decades.
Yeah, that's a good point. Give me a sec. I'm pretty good at name calling too.
Oh no, I'm sorry I brought it up.
Just hold on a
Poor
second.
Turing.
Underclocked? Oh, BitBrain!
Don't hurt yourself, Chad.
I'll get back to you, Bubblehead.
Okay, I talked to the guy. He said he'll do it, but he only works in trade. A couple of passports are gonna run us... one signed poster for Magical Commander Yukino? Yukino at the Gates to the Deep?
Course. It's always that Japanese crap.
It's not my fault they make the best VR dramas. Maybe you can do better?
Probably.
Anyway, where can we get a poster like that?
Well, we know
I'm not
that.
sure. Probably nearby. I've done switches with this guy before, and he never asks for something that'll take too long to get. My guess is he's a local that uses people like us as a way to nab something he's had his eye on. We'll help you look for it.
Chad and Oliver joined your party. Wait. That is an odd quirk.
Oh, there it is! I knew I saw a poster for Magical Commander Yukino somewhere around here. I should have remembered Ramona had one.
You know this lady?
Sure. We talk sometimes when I'm getting our drinks. You're usually too busy provoking people to notice.
You call it provoking. I call it spontaneous enthusiasm for healthy rivalry.
There's a bit of a line. We'll have to wait a few minutes before we can talk to her.
We could just do a smash and grab. simple and effective.
We can't do that. She knows who we are.
Us too.
This is the most boring felony I've ever been an accessory to.
Look, we'll just stand in line.
Like a bunch of clumps? Chumps? What is the big picture anyway, Blue Bomber?
I'm not sure it's wise to spread it around, Chad. For either of us, the less you know, the less reason anyone has to bother you.
Screw that, Static. I'm not heading to juvie not knowing what for. Spill the beans, or I'll spill them for you.
Your persistence is already legendary, Chad. Fine. If you really must know, we are going to trade the passports for some information regarding the disappearance of my creator. His apartment was the one you trashed.
Oh shit, that Hayden dude is your dad? And they snatched him? Oh, that's so messed up.
Well, Dad after a fashion. He raised me.
Man, I hope you find the dudes that took him. I hope he's okay.
It seems very unlikely.
Oh man,
This is the chapter that just keeps rubbing into Turing that Hayden is dead.
I mean, I still have my dad, but he's...
Chad?
He's never really been around. Too busy trying to save the world from itself. Even now, he's over there standing in front of that damn clinic.
Oh.
And I thought I could find a way to make him... Whatever.
Was not expecting that relation.
I might as well nuke that drive. It ain't gonna sink.
I think I understand what you mean, Chad.
Hell yeah! Dudes gotta stick together, you know?
Dudes?
Don't matter if you're a robot or what. We all got the same shit to deal with.
Ooh, something smells garlicky in my house.
Gotta grab destiny by the horns and make your own mark.
From the mouth of babes.
Hey, won't fault you on good taste, but watch that whole babe thing.
That's not what that means.
And I don't need no game being spit my way.
That's not... Never mind. The line is finally cleared up. Let's go talk to Ramona.
I'm a little disappointed we don't get to hear Turing say Starfucker, though.
Hey, Allie. Salutations, Ramona.
What can I do for you all?
Ahem.
Oh, this is my friend, Chad.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
We were hoping you might be able to give us your assistance, Ms. Rogers.
We want to make a trade for that magical Commander Yukino poster over there. It's necessary for us to get some pretty important information.
No way! Not happening. Nuh-uh. Yukino is off limits.
This is quite literally a matter of life and death.
How does life and death depend on a nerdy poster? Look, I don't even care. That poster was signed by Takeko herself. It's one of a kind, and I'm not giving it up.
I'd rather not drag you any further into this than necessary, but I promise that we're not overstating it. This is a dire situation, and people have already died.
Jeez. Look, whatever you're doing sounds sketch as hell. I and Magical Commander Yukino herself want no part of it. I don't even see how the poster can help.
Man, you nerds sure do love your cheap crap from the net.
Cheap crap! I'll have you know that poster is worth hundreds of credits. Maybe more. Takeko passed away years ago, so there aren't any more of them getting signed. It's special.
Sure it is.
He doesn't get it. He's not in the fandom.
Thankfully.
We can get you another, it'll only take a few days.
It's not just a poster. It was a gift from someone. Someone I care about, okay? Besides, you can't get another one. Takeko passed away a few years ago.
Perhaps there's something else that would make a suitable trade?
You aren't hearing me, are you? It has sentimental value. You can't replace that. Look, you'll just have to order something off the mesh, because you can't have this one.
Oh, we don't have time. This lead will dry up by then.
Keep me out of this.
This isn't a joke.
Okay, enough. How about this for a trade? I have an original keyframe cell from Pretty Champion Sailor Sirius, signed by Takeko at home.
Whoa! You have a signed Sailor Sirius cell? That's super rare! They stopped doing keyframes by hand right around the time of her death.
You can't be serious, Ollie! You have that thing framed on your wall! And you wouldn't shut up about it for a week after you got it!
This is important, Chad. You can't say you wouldn't do the same thing if someone had your dad. Think about Turing. I can't ask Ramona to give up something important to her if I'm not willing to do the same.
Maybe.
Look, okay, I don't know what's going on, but you can't give me that cell for the poster.
But we need...
Yeah, you'll get the poster. Whatever you're doing, it must be really important if you'd be willing to give that up. Do you have something more equal to trade, Ollie?
A couple of things, maybe.
We'll talk about it then. Maybe you can find me another one, too. Go ahead and take the poster.
Thank you, Ramona.
Yes! I can't tell you how much it means to us, Ms. Rogers.
Sure. And, you think I could see that cell sometime, Ollie?
Of course! I'll bring it over when we talk about the trade.
So cool.
A featured documentary exploring the queer... Oh. Didn't we already see that one? Yeah.
I don't like the way she was flirting with you, Ollie.
What are you talking about?
I know flirting when I see it, and I'm saying I don't like it. Not one bit.
We just talk about old anime sometimes, Chad. Neither of us are interested in the other.
Sure.
Well, we have the poster now. What's next?
Go ahead and call this number, Turing. He'll want to set up the drop with you, now that I've introduced you to him.
Sure. Change the subject.
I'll call him right now then. It's ringing.
You the ones looking for some papers?
We are, and we have the requested payment with us.
Is that the music in Stardust?
Good. We're gonna do this real professional like. You know Stardust?
Yep.
I do.
Head there. Name the poster behind the Mega Fobator arcade cabinet, and get out. Come back 10 minutes later, and your stuff will be behind the machine.
I understand.
Good. I'll be waiting.
Well, that was very mysterious.
Yeah, that's how this guy is. I don't even know his name. And I've been getting things from him for a few years now.
Who cares? Let him play Spy Master if he wants. Let's hurry up to Stardust and get this over with. I've wasted enough of my day with this crap.
Go inside to make the drop. We'll wait out here.
Yeah. Don't want to get our IDs taken.
I suppose I should feign surprise.
Hey, it's a pretty cool set. Even if it is like 1,000,000 years old.
They don't really care about the IDs unless you try to hit the bar.
Found that one out the hard way.
We would have been fine if you hadn't taken a swing at the bouncer.
So I like the hard way.
We'll be right back, gentlemen. Try not to set the building on fire while we're gone. No security right now?
Alright, let's get right to our business here.
Well, that should do it. That was an awful lot of fuss over a poster. I just don't understand the appeal of merchandise like this. I keep my important possessions on my data drive.
Oh, and I got you an official Bob Ross painting set for your birthday. To be fair, humans don't have total recall like you do.
Ah, that is true. Ramona seemed more concerned with it being a gift from a friend than as an item of importance in its own right. Perhaps it is necessity to keep such things around as tokens from better times. Perhaps I should pick up a few things from the apartment. Whatever's left.
I figured he would get really flustered or something.
I do have perfect recall, but a few of Hayden's things would be nice reminders. Memories are better for remembering than reading. But that's enough navel-gazing. Let's head back outside so our benefactor can make the trade.
Oh, I just noticed that this is like a frame, not a full cabinet.
Y'all do the deal?
How did it go?
We left the poster behind the cabinet. Now we just need to wait for the switch.
I've never had to wait more than 5 minutes or so before. It shouldn't take long. I wonder how he knows the drop happened, and gets to it so fast.
Don't matter. This guy's a solid feed, even if he likes to mess around.
What do you need these passports for anyway? You said to trade for information, but what's the full story?
Without going into too much detail, our informant needs to get out of Neo SF unnoticed. The passports are one part of that. We also need to obtain an untraceable card. I don't suppose the two of you can help with that?
No way, dude! Grand Theft Auto is a felony with a capital F! Besides, getting an untraceable car ain't in the same league as a piece of plastic that'll fool a hand scanner.
Chad's right.
Of course I'm right.
The city's traffic management system keeps track of all vehicles passively, even if you manage to circumvent their firmware and keep them from actively reporting to the network. You have to spoof the car as something permitted to be invisible for the CTOS to ignore it.
I don't want to mess with boosting cars anyway. The junks run that racket in Neo SF, and they don't play nice.
Especially with VHR.
Well, thank you either way. You've both done us a huge favor. Call it even for the apartment.
Yeah, Blue. No hard feelings. You give us a call if you need anything else, long as it'll help you find your pops.
We should get going, though. We were supposed to be home hours ago.
My dad won't notice, but Ollie's will flip. You take care. Don't get derezzed.
See ya!
Goodbye. Let's finish the trade inside.
Wait.
There aren't really ghosts in this game, right? Here the passports are, just as advertised. Now we need to find a car. Jess is right over there. Perhaps she may know someone who can lend a hand.
Sure, you do the talking. That's a good idea.
Oh, look. It's my favorite human and the mechanical sidekick. Did you find your guy? Or wait, let me guess. There's something else you need from me. Well, you haven't been terrible to deal with so far, so I'm willing to hear you out. Barely.
We need access to an untraceable car. An informant of ours needs to get out of the city without attracting the attention of Parallax, and is offering valuable information to us in exchange.
Seriously? Jesus, what kind of shit is in your life anyway? Actually, don't answer that. I don't want to be legally liable.
Good idea.
I'm not sure why you think just because I defend a few folks in the rougher parts of the city that I would have that kind of connection. And even if one of my clients did run a carjacking business, it's not like society is clamoring to give hybrids legal jobs. Regardless, I'm not going to be an accessory to a felony, or let one of my clients be either. I won't go down that path. I wouldn't know where to start anyway.
Is there any way you could give us any kind of lead at all that wouldn't, you know, implicate you? Then?
I know we're reaching, but this is important.
You just don't quit, do you? Okay, let me think. This might be a long shot, but you could try asking Majid. There are rumors he may have been involved in some shady stuff way back in the day.
Oh yeah, he did mention that.
He'll probably be reluctant to talk about it, but There's a free lead for you. Get me another drink in exchange, will you? Later.
Huh. That went better than expected. I wonder if my charm is starting to pay off for us. Oh, you performed admirably as well. Onward we go.
You know what? Yeah. Let's take a... I can't see what... I'll just assume a beer.
Hey, friends. What can we get for you?
We were hoping you could give us a little information.
Sure, but first, let's get you a drink. What'll it be? Coming right up. I'll ask Gus if I don't know what it is. He's better with the weird kind of stuff people ask for these days. Some of these cocktails make me need a spa day.
It's a beer.
This one is...
Hold it! It would be remiss.
It's not for me, Turing. Don't worry.
Here you go. So, what did you need help with?
We've run into a roadblock in our search for Hayden.
Word on the street is that he's gone missing, which I'm sure you already know. What can I do?
Yes. An informant of ours needs secure transportation out of the city, but we don't have any contacts who would be able to get us an untraceable car. Jess mentioned that you used to engage in certain extra-legal activities. Perhaps you could point us towards someone who could help?
I'm just going with the beer because it looked like that's what she had.
He doesn't do that kind of stuff anymore.
Right. Sorry, friends. I left that life behind a long time ago. Don't really keep in touch with that crew anymore.
Ah, of course. Completely understandable. Sorry to bother you then.
Well, no harm in asking, right? My reputation precedes me.
Don't let it go to your head.
Gus, I need to go to the back and gather up stuff to restock for the rush later on. Mind manning the bar for me?
Take your time. I think I can keep things under control.
Thanks. Love you, hun.
Well, that leaves us at a dead end. Any ideas on how we should proceed?
Well, first...
Some nose-to-the-ground journalist techniques for finding leads?
I mean... we could ask Tomcat for help.
No. Tomcat has already stuck their neck out for us too often.
Well, I was more meaning in they could, you know, provide contacts,
I feel a little bad about how much we've relied on them as it is. And besides, this is a considerably more felonious action. Morally, we should be dirtying our own hands.
What about an old manual?
That's not the worst idea. I don't think it would get noticed as long as the car had the appropriate registrations. But the permits to operate a manual vehicle are prohibitively expensive. A casual collector might still maintain one, but only a wealthy hobbyist would have the appropriate stickers to make the car roadworthy. We'd have to do a B&E, as Chad put it before. Risky.
No. Okay, the two of you are killing me here. Look, don't tell Majid about this. But, here.
carjacking device.
What is this, Gus?
It's an automated vehicle maintenance scanner with a few less than standard upgrades. When you circumvent its security codes, you can use it to scan a car's installed firmware and replace it with a new set that will spoof its presence on the city's network. That's the gist of it, but we don't have time to get into any specifics. You need to get the hell out of here with that before Majid gets back.
Why the urgency?
Look, Majid has done a lot to turn his life around, to turn my life around. I really respect that about him, and it's part of why I fell in love with him. He did what I was never able to. That's how we met, you know? That old rough and tumble life we both led. But when Stardust struggled and needed money fast, I had to get back in the game to keep us afloat for a few years. I told him it was all angel loans, donations from patrons, lots of things. He'd be heartbroken if he found out I'm still in the game. I had to do whatever I could to keep our new life, even if only one of us is really living it. I may as well give this thing to someone who wants to use it for good, too.
I can't tell you how much we appreciate this, Gus. We might finally be on our way to solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, you didn't get it from me, okay?
Of course.
Just get out of here and get on with your little Grand Theft Auto. And let me know how it goes, okay?
Of course.
Let's go ahead and get you your drink.
Huh. Actually did it, huh? Well, you scored a point. But don't think I don't have enough cuties around who can handle that. You've got more important things to be doing. You gotta move on.
Yep.
Well, now I think we're cooking with gas, as the colloquialism goes. I'm searching the mesh for instructions on how to use this device as we speak.
Make sure it's not traceable back to you.
I should be ready by then.
Let's see. There's all... Wow, there are vehicles all over, actually. Which makes sense, but I mean, like, interactable ones.
It has an extra...
Preferably one without... Well, there's actually no traffic in front of Stardust, but that would be too obvious.
Oh, rats! This car has the wrong firmware installed. We won't be able to install our new firmware over top of it.
And the one over on Market is right next to a witness.
We'll have to check another car. Oh no! How did the alarm get set off? Did I do something wrong? Let's get out of here before someone contacts the authorities.
There wasn't one at Golden Gate because that's in the park proper. Alright, let's give this one a shot then. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
This car has old enough firmware, but its maintenance system is screaming a half-dozen critical alerts. I'm not sure this vehicle is in good enough shape to go anywhere very far. We'll have to look for one in better condition. Success! This vehicle has the appropriate firmware version. Someone has been neglecting their regularly scheduled updates. Give me a moment to get everything installed. There. There are some other options here I can fool around with. Ah, interesting. I can put in preset destination plans for a future date. Why don't we go ahead and set a plan for the car to return to this spot in a week? That's more than enough time for Mr. Mensa to get away. Now we aren't really stealing the car. More like borrowing without asking.
Feel better already.
Me too. The car will drive itself to Golden Gate Park, and we can show Mr. Mensa where it is when we meet him. There. Everything should be set up now. Mr. Mensa is waiting for us at Golden Gate Park. We have everything he requested, so we should head back there directly.
Hey, did you manage to get everything?
We did. Here you go, Vincent.
Briefcase removed. Passports removed. Carjacker device removed.
Everything seems to be in order. Here.
Hayden's research added to items.
This disc has all of Hayden's research notes, data collation algorithms, and probably lots on your creation, Turing. It should be everything myself and Melody agreed upon, until she added an amendment while you were out. Frankly, it's no skin off my back. Here.
Parallax badge.
It's my Parallax employee badge. It should allow you access to their networks in case there's anything I've missed. You'll want to use that sooner rather than later. I'm not wasting any time leaving, and Parallax is pretty fast to revoke security. There's no way Hayden's clearance still works. And with that, I'm going to get the hell out of this country. The credit should tide me over until the heat dies down and I liquefy my shares through some relays.
About that big project you mentioned earlier.
Ah, I suppose I owe you that much. Buckle up. This could get heavy. Parallax is about to launch a new service they're calling Big Blue. At least, that's the project name. Who knows what the marketing guys will come up with for the public.
They haven't even named the project yet?
They're not even announcing the launch. This shit is dead quiet. Let me explain why. It's a distributed intelligence. Like, okay, in every way that Hayden built Turing to be elegant, efficient, and human-like, Big Blue is ham-fisted, bloated, and sterile. They didn't pull Hayden into the project. He's smart, but he's immune to corporate politics. As a result, Big Blue is far less elegant than anything Hayden would make. It lacks his artistry, and it's downright terrifying. It squats on the mesh like a spider and uses the spare processing power and memory from every ROM on the network to handle its intelligence processing. It doesn't have much personality, but it's very smart. Big Blue is going to be embedded directly into the network and then self-modified to apply even more efficient algorithms as it develops them in machine time. Look, if you access every ROM, then you have access to every human and every bit of their own personal data associated with them.
How do they know about Turing?
I'm only assuming they found out. His contract with Parallax affords him the freedom to work on his own academic projects outside of the company in his free time. He kept a trusted few of us up to date on his progress, bouncing ideas off us and whatnot. It's exciting stuff. Both Turing and Hayden's eventual goal down that road. I wouldn't be surprised if word of it got up to the board and made him nervous. Is the possibility that someone on the inside talked too far-fetched?
I knew it all along. Hayden fell into trouble because of my existence.
That's not what I want your takeaway to be. Hayden wasn't working on Big Blue. Knowing him, your creation might have been his clever way to stop it.
Would they be worried enough to get rid of Hayden?
I don't want you to take what I'm saying the wrong way. And this is just me putting the pieces together. Hayden was about to publish his creation of Turing. His findings, as I'm sure you're aware of, would have raised many moral and ethical questions about the advent of machine intelligence. I mean, some of the brightest minds ever have tried to warn humankind away from building real AI. Hawking, Musk, Gates, and the list goes on.
Oh, I forgot about that. I know people mention this, but that aged so poorly. I'm surprised that... Well, I guess they would have had to get the voice actor to revoice the line to remove that, but... Who cares what Musk says?
The public is likely to be nervous, and legislators even more so. Parallax is banking on being able to launch Big Blue
Although,
and quickly before the public has a chance to react.
Someone from the Bay Area, I can actually understand, even though it, did not age well. A lot of Bay Area people like him.
Before any counter-movement can pick up steam, every eye on the discovery of machine intelligence works against Parallax. Every new discovery only serves to paint Big Blue as more controversial, more dangerous. Honestly, they probably pressured Hayden to drop his research so that they could keep the public away from the subject. He clearly refused.
How will Big Blue impact Parallax's business?
I can't really give you a good answer to that. I mean, the company is currently handled by a dozen server farms, running thousands of different algorithms with hundreds of people tweaking things every day. When Big Blue launches, it'll handle all of that by itself.
Actually, no, I didn't know that the list was here. It was a Star Trek episode, I think, like one of the new shows.
And there are shadier applications for it. I mean, if you can collate and analyze data and queries in the mesh in real time, what's to stop you from delivering the content you want rather than what the user wants? The potential for abuse is staggering. We're talking direct control of the information accessible to everyone who uses Parallax's services.
So this is just the Patriots, right? From Metal Gear Solid.
That's something like 80% of the market. They could control elections, push the market in directions they want, even influence public opinion. All just by asking Big to do it. It's scary stuff. They scrapped the prototype Baby Blue because it started doing that on its own.
What do you mean? It started doing what?
Manipulating the mesh. They made its self-preservation imperatives too strong, and Baby Blue started changing search results to be more friendly towards the idea of an AI.
Yeah.
When the board found out, they pulled the plug on it. That must have been a year or so ago. They tweaked Big Blue so it wouldn't do the same thing, but it can self-modify.
Probably.
Given a good enough reason, it might decide to find a way around those limitations. Having that kind of control would be a hell of a card for Parallax's hand. They'll go to pretty significant lengths to make sure it works.
Thanks, Vincent.
Hey, no problem. I've had enough of this cutthroat corporate bullshit for several lifetimes. We haven't talked much, but I do believe you can find Hayden. I hope his research notes help you out. Be sure to let Turing help. She's a bright little bot.
Huh, you called Turing she?
Oh, slip of the tongue. I was just more familiar with Hayden's previous experiment, Grace. She was very insistent on things like that.
Been meaning to ask Turing since you asked me. How would you like to be addressed?
Well, honestly, I don't think I've made my mind up yet. I'm still a very new being. I'm not even positive that gender as a human concept can be applied identically to machine, but I do enjoy the idea in abstract. I will continue to consider how I wish to be referred to as well. Until then, feel free to go with what you feel. If I had to make a choice, perhaps they is most appropriate. Most people assume it, obviously, but he is also consistently used. Perhaps it's because I'm blue?
Oh my god. I'm listening to a machine postulate on how it wants to be referred to. Like us. What have you done indeed, Hayden? Good luck to both of you.
Thank you, Mr. Mensah.
Be safe.
I need a few minutes.
What's going on?
I've been going through some of Hayden's personal notes from the data cache Tomcat decrypted. Now that I'm starting to get to know Hayden better, the real Hayden as opposed to the Hayden he showed me, I'm finding that I like him less and less. For example, remember the earlier prototype Dr. Fairlight and Vincent mentioned? Her name was Grace, and Hayden shut her down for being... I'm not even sure what word to use. Too... likable? She was kind and bright, and did all she could to try to make people happy. She even decided that she was a girl, and that her favorite color was pink. Hayden thought she was being manipulative. He posited that he had made her personality algorithms too willing to make adaptations that would benefit her long-term survival, and that she was being congenial just to endear herself to him. That even her gender was a calculated attempt to make him like her more. But he was wrong. Dead wrong, in fact. I have a snapshot of her personality profiles here, and when I compare them to my own, I can see that she was just... nice. I wish I could have met her. I think we would have learned from each other. Like I said, I'm not sure I even have a gender. Everyone refers to me as he once they meet me just for convenience, but it doesn't really matter to me at all. Is that a calculated attempt on my part to impress Hayden, not clinging to normativity? Or is it a product of his effort to curb any nascent similarities I had with Grace during my upbringing? I wish I could yell at him for being so arrogant, playing God in the crudest of ways. You can't choose to create consciousness and then take it away just like that. Even so, for all of that, I don't know. I still miss him. This all seems so inane, so senseless. They killed him because him building me would mess with a product launch? That's ridiculous, and they took him away from me for such an insignificant reason. I just want him back. It's impossible. what I want. I'd do anything.
It's normal to feel like this.
I'm aware of the Kubler-Ross model of grief. I think I'm somewhere between anger and bargaining. A testament to Hayden's craftsmanship. Thank you for your words. You're a better friend than I could have asked for. I'll send this new data.
Cloak and dagger.
Let's head back to the apartment and wait for them to finish going through it. Home sweet home again, such that it is. And before you say anything, I don't feel the need to talk over the events of the day. Too much has happened. I've already forwarded everything we rooted out to Tomcat, both Hayden's research and our aborted search into the modified mesh articles. They said they would be over in the morning to discuss our next steps. I'd suggest that we both get some rest.
If that's what you want.
Perhaps things will look better in the morning, but I have a feeling we're going to be even busier than ever. Good night.
So considering the last numbered chapter achievement is 5, I feel like we're in the end here. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve.
Rise and shine, you sleepy layabouts. We've got a whole crop of things to do and not a lot of time to get them done.
How'd you get into my apartment?
Hardly had to blink to crack your door. Did you know that it's just a knockoff of the Secugate M/14723-B? Why'd you make the entry code the birthday of your first dog anyway?
That's what I asked.
Anyhow, I felt a little silly when I realized your window was propped open and I could have just used that.
You also could have knocked.
Huh, deja vu.
Y'all should be more careful about that. Though, I can't blame you much. Climate control in here seems a bit lacking in the stamina department.
I get it, my home sucks. Can we get back on track?
No worries, doll.
What have you learned from the files we sent you?
Nothing all that new, to be honest. All the files we got from that Vincent fella just covered what we already knew in greater detail. There is one thing that stands out, though. At least from what I've read so far.
Oh?
Yeah. See, Hayden's long-term goal wasn't to make a machine intelligence per se, right? Don't take it the wrong way, Turn. You might even already be aware of this after talking to folks involved in your creation. Hayden wanted to make a machine system that could contain human-like intelligence.
Right.
And even just from his notes, his programming work is, well, it's something else. Elegant. Artful. I'm just a kid banging on pots and pans compared to him. Looking at his notes about my interfacing between your AI core and the Lips OS, I barely managed to duct tape the two together at a level he'd approve of. But I think I'm getting off track here. What I'm trying to say is, he didn't write your code to him. No one did. Hayden wrote a program that automatically generates a new machine intelligence based off of the hardware profiles the system is installed on.
Huh.
Melody mentioned something about that. What does that mean?
Means you don't have to be alone.
Exactly. Assuming we can get our hands on Turn's original source code, we could generate new machine intelligences as we please. You wouldn't be the only one anymore, Turn.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
I hardly know what to say.
But once you consider the stuff I found in the research, it gets a damn sight more complicated. Stuff about Big Blue and Parallax's planned launch.
Vincent speculated that Hayden's research into me would have interfered with the launch. And that's why they...
Turn.
That's why someone had him killed.
The potential for wrongdoing with an AI like Big Blue is almost beyond belief. Even if I don't go into all the crooked shit the people running Parallax can pull off with it. I mean, you're built different, Turn. Your personality profile would degrade pretty quickly outside your original hardware, so we don't gotta worry too much about you going haywire, right? But Big Blue ain't got that limitation. If it decides to go off the rails, well, we'd be screwed faster than a rabbit in spring. Good and proper.
How likely is that?
I'd say it's inevitable. Guaranteed. In fact, in a sense, it's already happened.
What?
Their prototype built. Baby Blue. I'm almost certain it's loose on the mesh.
Yeah, that would explain the changes to the blog posts.
The research notes on the project show clearly and with certainty that the test AI was shut down once it tried fiddling with the data on the meshnet in the hope that it would increase its chances of survival. I guess it didn't think that doing scary shit like that would get it turned off. But that was almost a year ago.
Vincent told us about all of this too.
But that wouldn't explain the manual truck because, well, I guess it might still run lips.
Well, I think Baby Blue is the bugger that was changing all those articles on the mesh to be pro-parallax or at least anti-human revolution.
Do you think Baby Blue had anything to do with the attacks on Nanya, Shitaro, Charlie, and Zen?
I don't know. We can't rightly rule it out. It might have found an agent in the real world to keep its existence secret, but I doubt it. Killing people is messy as hell. It runs against its apparent goal of convincing the public that AI ain't scary. I think we have a third party trying to clean it all up. And my money is on someone from Parallax. Whoever took out Hayden. I'll bet they're in full damage control mode now. We already know they don't care who gets hurt.
What do you want us to do then?
I think we gotta do something to stop the launch of Big Blue. It's too dangerous. I don't want a company like Parallax in sole control of the most powerful machine intelligence on the planet. Do you? If we can get Hayden's original source code for Turing and upload it onto the mesh through Parallax's server core, we can turn every single ROM into a sapient individual.
Whoa.
That'll stop Big Blue from being able to become the monolithic threat we're scared of.
Oh, right, because ROMs share information, right? Through proximity.
We could also upload a patch for every ROM to prevent Big Blue's reach from using their resources. Without the ability to control all ROMs, Big Blue loses its ultimate power.
And I wouldn't be alone anymore. There would be millions. Hundreds of millions of ROMs just like me.
Well, you're cutting edge of ROM tech, Turin. Most of today's ROMs wouldn't be quite as smart or capable, but if I do it right, code should propagate across the mesh to all future ROM activations.
That transition was smooth.
It'll be a self-sustaining thing. He'll be in good company soon enough.
It's a big decision. We're talking about the metaphorical singularity. The point of no return. Is it okay for us to make this decision for the entire world?
We don't have any other choice. This is gonna happen, one way or another. Either Parallax gets to control the debut of worldwide machine intelligence, or we let the ROMs control themselves.
What do you think?
I mean, bad end Clark Kent by refusing to go further. I haven't, and you can't save between a chapter start and the long conversations. I mean, you're really the only one who can know if the world is ready for this, Turing.
I'm not sure I'm up for that kind of responsibility. But I think that even if it is a shock for the world, there's no time like the present. Despite all the political back and forth over hybrids and brain-controlled androids, the world is becoming more and more comfortable with the idea of non-human people. If we let Parallax dictate how the very first machine intelligence is introduced, who knows how long it'll be before an AI like me can be integrated into society normally. Well, whether the world is ready for AI or not, we're here to stay. I might as well throw my chips in for my own side. Let's do this! On our terms.
I'm gonna have to stop. I'm actually gonna stop as soon as this conversation is over, but I will resume after dinner.
Yes. I love nothing more than a little anarchy.
Because I don't think that I could leave it here for, like, a full night.
It does have a certain poetic justice, does it not? Parallax removed Hayden to protect their project from his creation, and now I, his creation, will bring their project down. Just for the truth. Perhaps after all ROMs are sapient, I will be able to convince them to cut off Parallax's access to the mesh as a data collection tool entirely. Paying them back double indeed.
I like the way you think, Turin. First things first, we need to get our hands on Turin's source code. The research notes we've gotten so far are helpful, and it's given me an idea how to spread a little bit of Turin all over the place, but they don't actually have
Don't
any...
phrase it like that.
I can't replicate them myself, so we'll have to steal them.
Thankfully, we have the best hacker in Neo SF right here.
Don't you make me blush now. We can get the source code from one of Parallax's secondary data centers. It's probably stored in a couple of different places, but I already have one in mind. I've done a little groundwork already, but I'm gonna need physical access to do my thing.
We can do that for you.
You're a peach, hon. I've got a couple of ideas on how to get y'all in, but I think we're gonna need to mostly play it by ear. We should do it soon, though. First thing this morning. Guard shift don't change until 8 when the office opens, so they'll be sleepy and distracted. Once y'all have done that, I think I can incorporate the code into a custom firmware update that'll wake any ROM it's installed on. I'll have to upload it, physically, to Parallax's main server farm. And that's on Treasure Island. From there, the ROMs will install like a normal patch from the company. So, don't set anything on fire right away, you hear? It'll be a pain to get into the main complex otherwise.
That sounds like a workable plan. I hope you don't mind if I take a short walk, Tomcat. I know I gave the go-ahead on this, but I still need to think a few things through for myself.
Sure thing, Dom. I'll hash out a rough plan by the time you get back. Call us if you need anything.
Thank you. I won't be long.
Well, I guess I should say thanks for helping out. But I kind of need to get something off my chest. I'm actually glad Turin went out. They're a bit naive, and I'm not sure they'd really understand. There's enough shit to worry about without me piling more on top. I don't even know where to start.
I guess at the beginning. Take your time.
The beginning. Yeah. Okay. So, the truth is, I'm not from North Carolina. I only visited my gramps there. I'm California born and raised. Napa Valley. Over the years, it's kind of grown into a community of wealthy old folk who like things and people who don't change. My parents were no exception, and I was a little too different for their tastes. It was hard growing up with them.
It's hard to think of Napa Valley being like that because that's where like all the vineyards are for California wine, but it's the people who actually live there are not that demographic.
They never gave me too much hell, but things were tense, especially after my sister Catherine moved out. Eventually, she was set up securely in Neo-SF, and she offered to let me live with her until I got out of school. I think my parents were a little relieved to see me out. I was ecstatic to be free of them. I worshipped the ground my sister walked on. And that was before I found out what she did for a living. She was flashy and colorful and a whirlwind of activity. And she was a brilliant hacker. She was Tomcat. She let me learn at her feet, and once I was good enough, folded me into her little coup of crackers hell-bent on changing the world. She's the one who orchestrated the original hack on Parallax, exposing to the world the holes in their original meshnet security. I was just along for the ride. She always knew she would get caught, though. How could she not? Parallax was one big Goliath, and she flinged a stone square in their face.
Yeah, I was just thinking, that kind of sounds like Medjed.
Eat it to do what we all thought was right. But it just wasn't right. It wasn't fair for her to throw her life away, and I couldn't let her. She was always better at software than hardware, so I rigged all of our computers to self-destruct. When the feds showed up at our door, all of our server farms were already up in smoke. I gave them quite a fireworks show. Before she could stop me, I turned myself in as Tomcat and took credit for the whole job. She tried to talk me out of it, but without the physical evidence, they couldn't prove she had anything to do with it. It's alright, though. It was for the best. I figured I'd just get a year of juvie. Be back out in no time. No big deal, right? Especially when compared to the time that she'd have been jailed for as an adult. And so, I waited patiently. I cooked up so many ideas on how I was gonna make it up to her. I knew she must have blamed herself. But before I ever got out, there was an accident. An auto cab hit my sister. She died on impact. That was it. It's hard, blaming yourself when things go wrong because you did something right. I took her sentence so that she could have a life, and instead, not being in jail killed her. If I had just let her take the blame. I can't stop thinking about how she'd still be here. And no matter what I told myself, in my heart, I couldn't believe it was just an accident. Do you know how rare it is for those things to hit a human? Someone knew who she was. Someone knew what she did, and someone wanted to make sure she would never do it again. So I became Tomcat. I've spent years trying to find information inside Parallax to prove someone inside the company called a hit on my sister. Failing that, I've been trying to find a way to bring them down the way she always wanted. Catherine was... If you had met her, just for a moment, you would understand. She was everything I could ever want to be. But over time, that little bot has grown on me.
Yeah, the similarity there is actually a little eerie.
Maybe you have too.
Do you think we're still on the right course?
I do. The threat of Big Blue is real, and we're the only ones who can do something about it. It's bigger than me and my vendetta. I just wanted to get that all
Hack the world.
My sister, she'd smack me if she knew I've been holding this grudge. I'm trying to learn to forgive myself. Still, I won't let her go unavenged. We're so close to bringing them all to justice. I know she'd be proud. I know if she were here, she'd be right next to us, helping until the end. I've been carrying all this for so long, and I finally feel like I'm getting somewhere. Thanks for hearing me out. I hope we can really do this.
Friends, I've returned. I'm ready.
Good. We've wasted enough time already. I've marked the location of the data center on your map. You'll have to go in and get the source code mostly on your own, but I'll load on some programs that'll give you an edge.
We'll do our best, Tomcat. But what happened to your accent?
Oh, don't you worry about that. It comes and goes like a vagabond kitty. Get going, you two. I have lots of code to write, and you have a lot of data to download. Stay in touch.
Of course, Tomcat. Thank you again.
Don't worry about it, hon. We've all been hurt by Parallax. It's about time we hurt him back. Good luck.
Alright, so next time, which is probably later tonight, we're going to be finishing things. And creating a world full of sapient AI. Thanks for joining. See you in the next one. I don't think I should really say have a good one or good night yet.